Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Eyewitness News has confirmed that Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernanda, he has confirmed that a student in Lightfoot Key attending the Lightfoot Key International School has a hit list. And if I understand it correctly, he promised to murder 12 students. Close the damn school down. Close it down. But the Negroes will not do it. That's breaking news. They are importing foreign ideology into this country. I couldn't care who he is. I couldn't care if he's a Negro or a white student. Close it down. What the hell this is? Huh? God forgive me. Broadcasting live from the ILTV studios located here at University Drive. Welcome to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm also a member of the local Catholic Christian community. Today is Wednesday, the 11th of September 2024. And of course, it's a wonderful day here in the Bahamas. Bradley Rule is my spiritual advisor. Bradley, welcome to Freedom March.
Thank you so much. Good to be here, Sandro.
It is a glorious day in the world as millions of people tune in to their television to watch the world's greatest debate, a debate between the Vice President of the United States of America, Mrs. Kamala Harris, and the incoming President of the United States, Donald Trump. Who has the gift, the capacity to cut this straight? There's only one person who practices journalism who can. I declare that that debate was a draw. On numerous occasions, Donald Trump did not answer the questions. And on many, many occasions, Mrs. Harris, she did not answer the question. And then there appeared to be a conspiracy between the Democratic nominee and ABC News chief host, who began to editorialize as opposed to keeping his mouth shut and asking the questions and allowing Donald Trump and or Mrs. Harris to answer. I've never seen that kind of journalism. And everybody knows that I'm not a professional. But by grab, when I do host any debate, I am well disciplined to keep my personal opinion to myself and not side with any of the candidates. So to that extent, it was disgraceful. And in that debate, note what I say, it was a tie. And if you are contesting and debating with the Vice President of the United States of America and you break tie, it means you win. Therefore, with the authorities vested in me from the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, I declare that Donald John Trump won that debate, and therefore he shall become the President of the United States of America.
As a performance, our country is in decline. We're a nation, but beyond the polls, I felt very good. I had a good time doing it. I hate to speak about our country so negatively, but that's what happened. They've ruined our country. All I do is say the truth. I say the truth. If I lose votes or gain votes, I don't care. But this was my best debate. I thought it was very good. I thought she was very weak on foreign policy.
President Trump! Mr. Trump!
All of the polls are 60, 70, and 80 in our direction. So I thought it was a great debate from my standpoint.
This is powerful. I'm now going to invite my spiritual advisor to do that which spiritual advisors does. And then, of course, I'm going to have a wonderful time. Lord, I thank you for the leadership of Donald John Trump. And notwithstanding, yea, though he walk through the valley and the shadow of evil, yea, though the United States government oppresses him, prosecute him, dear Lord, deliver Donald Trump and give him the victory of becoming our world leader, and by extension, dear Lord, the President of the United States of America. Lord, so that you will remember my prayer. This me, Rodney Monker. I live in Black Village, right down the street, dear Lord. Black Village in Nassau, Bahamas. Lord, only me asking you, I believe. Give me the victory. Send us, brother Donald John Trump. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. My spiritual advisor.
Yeah, thank you so much, Senator. Good to be here. We got a reading today from the book of Romans, chapter 14. We're going to read a couple verses to get a gist of what the Apostle Paul was trying to teach the church in Rome. The Apostle Paul says, I'm convinced, being fully persuaded in the Lord Jesus, that nothing is unclean in itself. But if anyone regards something as unclean, then for that person it is unclean. If your brother or sister is distressed because of what you eat, you're no longer acting in love. Do not, by your eating, destroy someone for whom Christ died. Therefore, don't let what you know is good be spoken of as evil. For the kingdom of God is not a matter of eating and drinking, but of righteousness, peace, and joy in the Holy Spirit. Because anyone who serves Christ in this way is pleasing God and receives human approval. Let us therefore make every effort to do what leads to peace and to mutual edification. Do not destroy the work of God for the sake of food. All food is clean, but it is wrong for a person to eat anything that causes someone else to stumble. It is better not to eat meat or drink wine or to do anything else that will cause your brother or sister to fall. Romans chapter 14 to 21, I read from the NIV. Thank you, producer. And back to you, Sandra.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor. Well, folks, in the United States, there was a wonderful, wonderful debate taking place. And I do believe that thousands, millions of people around the world, people who ordinarily would have gotten themselves in trouble, they relaxed for the evening, they stayed around their television and perhaps their TV and went online and watched the debate. It was a wonderful, wonderful debate, but there were many instances where the debate became boring, as there were questions that were put to both candidates and they failed to answer. You would recall that there were points when Mrs. Harris seems to be campaigning for Donald Trump by telling us what Donald Trump policies are, as opposed to telling us what her policies is. And of course, Donald Trump pointed out how Kamala has power, and if she is committed to doing all them good things that she promises to do when she becomes president, she can do it now. So it was a great debate. I had a wonderful time listening to debate. I took some notes. I learned some big, big words. I'm going to practice some of those big words in the course of the year, if God is kind to me, spare my life and give me good health. Donald Trump is a very interesting man. At one point, he was asked a very wicked question. They wanted to know, in the war in Ukraine, whose side he supported and who perhaps he would like to win the war. And Donald Trump, being a man who believed in Christianity. What was his argument? His argument is, I want the war to stop. Isn't that powerful? He's not concerned about Russia beating the Ukrainians or the Ukrainians beating the Russians, because he knows in that fight, thousands, perhaps millions of people will be slaughtered. But what does Donald Trump say? I want the war to stop. As opposed to those who are possessed by the devil, wanting him to choose a side. So I thank God for Donald Trump's wisdom. But it was wonderful. It was wonderful. I really had a wonderful time just listening to the debate. But I regretted that there were many, many questions that was placed to Donald Trump that he did not address. Many, many questions that were placed to Mrs. Harris, and she didn't deal with it. Therefore, I declare that in that debate, it was a tie. If you are debating with the government and you come even with them, if you break tie with them, it means you win. I want you to understand that. So Donald Trump went up against the great force of the United States government. He broke tie with Mrs. Harris, so it's tie, and therefore he won. It's powerful. It is my hope and prayer that the government of the United States of America will stop acting as if it's a third world republic or a communist country. I am so shocked and devastated that I live long enough to see the government of the United States of America prosecuting its political opponent. I thought that only happened in communist Russia. I thought that only happened in places like China. But my God, look what is happening in the United States, that Donald Trump is being persecuted. He's being hauled before the courts. Something is fundamentally wrong with that. And perhaps the United States government should learn a lesson. If you are oppressing a man, but God delivers him, if you take a man right on the verge of placing him in prison, but God deliver him, certainly you should recognize that with the persecution of Donald Trump, he emerges as a strong leader. And that is what the world needs. We need a strong leader who will stand up to the many forces of evil. So I thank God for Donald Trump, and I call on my people of African descent, to put aside racism. Let's love the Donald. Let's pray for the Donald. As it relates to the allegation of we, the Haitian people, eating cat, that is not a lie. We have been eating cat for hundreds of years. It doesn't mean that every Haitian eat cat. I have a friend, Delifon. Delifon would catch the cat. He chopped the cat head off. He skins the cat. He put him in hot water. He cleans his cat. He seasoned the cat down with plenty pepper, plenty garlic, plenty onion, plenty lime juice, plenty tomatoes. And then, as he is waiting for that to season, Delifon then start cutting up what we call banan. Banan in Haitian Creole is plantain. So we boil our plantain, we boil our fig. What is fig? Fig is what you call banana. So banan, that's plantain, fig, that's banana. And then, of course, we may look for some manioc. What is manioc? Cassava. And then, of course, depending on who all must eat, we may add some potat. That's some nice potato. So it is not a disgrace. Many of our children we raise on eating cat. I'm now going to confess to you though. Why do you think I have so many cats? I haven't cooked any of them yet, but take it from me. In the whole of Black Village, no one has as much pussy cat as I do. Okay? I was always smart. I have my cats them. I haven't cooked any yet. It's no disgrace. We do eat cat. We the Haitian people, we love cat. But we try to keep it a secret because many of you would find it discriminatory. And that's a fact. So if Donald say that we're eating cat, he's not lying. All right? And so all I'm going to say to each and every Haitian who loves cat, there's nothing wrong with eating cat. Only problem I would have is don't steal my cat. If you wish to make some cat soup, if you wish to grill the cat, fry the cat, stew the cat, you got to buy it from me. Okay? But we eat cat. There's no shame in that. Tout le monde haïtien ou connaît nous manger les chats. We eat cat. It's not a disgrace. And we haven't started eating cat since we came to the Bahamas. And I will tell you, some of the most prominent Haitian family, and every Haitian family eat cat. Okay? Every Haitian family eat cat. You want me to start you off? Mon cœur, we eat cat. Got it? Benjamin, nous eat cat. All right? You want some more? You want some more? What is the name of the man who got the big wash house? Huh?
I don't know.
The Aguilar family on the Haitian side. And I'm certain that the Aguilar know how to stew a pussy cat. There's no disgrace. But now, if you know Bahamians are going to be offended, then eat your cat privately. It is no disgrace to Chinese eat dog. Many times, I have a friend who loves Chinese food. And one day, they serve him some... And when he sucked that little piece of meat, he said to me, "Man, cause it's gotta be little rat. Them baby rat." And he grabbed a bottle of calic and he began to swill. So we eat cat. You know disgrace? We shall eat cat today. We shall eat cat tomorrow. We shall eat cat until Jesus comes. What y'all talking about? Tout le monde haïtien, nous manger chat là. God save the king. It's powerful today. Only me will tell you, we eat cat. We love pussy, cat. It's powerful today. Hold on, everybody. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and of course I have been preoccupied with the national debate taking place in the United States and the allegation that we, the Haitian people, we eat cat. And take it from me, we do eat cat if you season the cat properly. All right?
There's a cat sandwich.
Lots of onion, lots of garlic, a lot of pepper, lots of lime juice. You have to watch the cat good though. Watch it good.
Watch it or wash it?
Wash it good. It is delicious. And you can get some nice tomatoes, cut it up on the cat. And there is a number of things that you can do as you cook the cat. And so we must not discriminate against people for the kind of animals that they eat. After all, my spiritual advisor teaches
I read it. All food is clean.
All food is clean.
Yeah, you know what is
Go
interesting?
ahead, my spiritual advisor.
Before I do this ad quickly, do you know that when foreigners from other countries find out that we eat conch, right?
Conch is the same as conch.
Conch, yeah.
Yes.
They look at it and they say, listen, these people are eating this huge snail. And they can't for the life of it accept the fact that Bahamians are eating this snail-like thing that crawls at the sea floor. That's their perspective. But when you look at us as Bahamians, conch is a delicacy in Bahamas. You get cracked conch, you get steamed conch, you could do conch sauce, you could do conch salad, you could do conch fritters, and they're all delicious.
Conch burgers.
Yeah, and they're all very delicious meals. So
Yeah.
I don't discriminate against people who eat whatever you want to eat. You could decide you're gonna sugarcoat or chocolate some centipede. They have chocolate coated roach, lizard. People eat all these things. I mean, if that's what you want to eat, it's fine for me. Looking for a quick getaway? Fly Western Air with daily flights from Freeport to Fort Lauderdale starting at just $290 round trip, including 40 pounds of checked bags. Book your next adventure now at westernAirBahamas.com. Everybody needs money always, so send money internationally and locally through Western Union with Money Max. Download the Money Max app today and send cash instantly to a family member or friend anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. Money Max. Live your max life.
This is powerful.
Indeed.
So welcome back, folks. We are so preoccupied with what is taking place in the United States, and we are so preoccupied that a secret which we have kept from many Bahamians, although we do know that some Bahamians have always suspected that we eat cat, is now open due to the United States election campaign. And this is why it's good to learn some Haitian Creole. I had a friend, his name is Tigasson. Tigasson is little boy. And one day I was in the back and his mom was lighting up a nice boil. And she wasn't aware that I was Haitian too. And she asked her son, do you think Monica loves cat? And I smiled. And when his mother went in to get my little bowl, I said, your mom ain't give me no cat egg. He said, Monica, my mom won't know if you love cat. I said, listen, I do love cat, but I haven't eaten cat in many, many years. So I didn't want any cat. So we do love cat, and take it from me. Cat soup, if prepared properly, could be delicious. Okay? Yeah. So it's no big deal. We're not going to tell y'all because you're going to look down on us, but we love a cat. Okay? We love a cat. And perhaps one day I might reveal where you can get some boiled cat soup. Watch out for me. I know everything. So I want to say to the Haitian people, if you still love cat, there's nothing wrong with loving cat soup. There's nothing wrong with sticking in the culture. But since you know that they will discriminate against us when we cook our cat, let's keep it secret. And it's powerful. Okay? So, tout mon haïtien, si ou reme chat la, continuez pour bourrer ça. Même pas dit ça parce que en pile anglais pas reme ou si you connais. C'est bon. Okay, so I've told my Haitian people they can continue to eat their cat. Don't let the Bahamian people know it, so they will not discriminate against us. Well, there is a woman who lives in Foxhill. I believe her name is, what is her name? I think she, having heard me talk yesterday, and I think she became very concerned when I declare my love for my people eating cat. And so she called me this morning. Let me see if I can find it so that I don't mislead you. And I want to thank God for this wonderful woman. What did she say to me? I think her strategy is to prevent me from eating cat. And so she's sending me a pair of chicken. Okay? She's going to send me a rooster and a hen so that I can put it in a cup. And I think it's going to be great, where I will be able to raise wild chicken in Black Village. Okay? Now, in my community, we have a history of thieving one another chicken. Okay? But my neighbors will not steal my chicken. So I think I understand what she was doing. I'm going to give her a shout out at some point in the course of the show. So I thank God for the woman there, and I thank God for the lady in Foxhill, Sister Ranger, who perhaps does not want me to eat any cat. So she has caught a rooster for me and a hen. So I now have to start billing a cub. And I'm just going to raise wild chicken. And I think it's going to be powerful. Do you have any comments on my people eating cat?
No, son. I mean, I'm aware that people from various countries, different parts of the world, their diet is different. So it is acceptable.
Okay.
It's also acceptable to Christianity as well, because you can be a Christian anywhere in the world, and your diet is different from mine in the Bahamas. We can still be brothers and sisters. It doesn't matter what you eat to me. It doesn't offend me. And if you decide you want to eat certain things, that's fine. It is what it is. Certain things I don't eat that somebody else may decide they want to eat. And there's some things that people eat that I don't want to eat because I have no liking for it. So it is what it is. But I did eat dog ribs.
You had dog ribs?
Yep.
Well, I've not eaten dog nor cat
The only thing it did was, after eating it, about an hour or so later, it just gave me a pain in my stomach.
Really?
But, I eventually got over it.
Okay.
But the sauce that they had on the dog ribs was what really made it tasty.
What kind of dog you think of? You think it was pot cake?
I don't know. This was in Valdosta, Georgia, so I couldn't tell you what kind of dog it was. But it was prepared pretty nicely.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. It won't kill you.
This in the United States?
USA.
The Americans
Valdosta, Georgia. I ate it at a Chinese restaurant.
Really?
Yeah. They had this whole open glass thing with all the various meats and stuff,
Yeah.
And I ate some dog ribs.
Okay.
It is what it is.
This is powerful.
It's the first time for everything.
Yeah, okay. So you see, my spiritual advisor, he eat dog. I haven't eaten dog yet. I haven't eaten cat yet, but I'm raising cat. And I want any Haitian who's looking for cat. These cats are nice, they're young, and my cat got color. And I have them whereby they're one family, okay? We might as well open up a restaurant where you can buy cat soup. I think it would be great. It's powerful.
Indeed.
I love this country. Well, having said that, there are some other exciting things happening. Today at Sierra Walker School, they have some administrator by the name of Monroe. And Monroe felt that a male student, his hair was too high. So he gave him a letter expelling him on the basis that his hair is too high and he's not to return to school until he cut his hair. I'm upset over that because I'm suspicious. So you gotta watch out for me. As soon as I got the complaint today, I said to the father, "Do you have any Haitian blood in you?" And he said, "Why?" I said, "It sounds to me like your son is being treated like a Haitian." He said, "Mr. Moncur, don't say that." I said, "Well, answer my question." He said, "Yes, I have Haitian ancestors." I said, "That's why it's being done." That's what I do every day. You come to me, depending on what you tell me the Negroes do to you, I ask you the magic question. You have any Haitian blood? You have any Haitian ancestry? And so there we have a government school where the young man is well grown, but his hair is nicely prepared, but some male teacher thinks that he should have a haircut, and if he don't cut his hair to the level that the teacher think will cause him to learn, he's not to return to school. So you see the problems that we have in our society. Perhaps couldn't the teacher have said to him, "Tomorrow, could you tell your parents if they can come and see me? We want to discuss how high your hair is," as opposed to giving him a letter telling him, "Don't return to school unless you cut your hair." So when the father complained, the father now thinks that I'm exploit. I was so embarrassed when he said, "Man, Moncur, you smart, eh?" So he now thinks I'm smart, but I'm not. I smell the racism. I knew these black people. I said to him, "You gotta have Haitian in you. You ain't got no Haitian in you?" And he was like stunned. I said, "Man, look deep in yourself. There gotta be a Haitian in you." And by damn, I was right. I want Glennis Hannah Martin, if she thinks that Negro youth should not come to school with their hair like that, shouldn't you meet with the parents? You mean to tell me you put out a young male student and you send him in the street to hang up because you think that his hair, oh boy, just a couple days ago, the poor Haitian girl, they refused to take her in school because she had no national insurance. And they didn't eat her. By the time they finished asking her all kind of Haitian question, they asked her. And therefore she was penalized. Had to come in and case them out. Finally, they admitted her to school and gave her an NIB card. This level of racism need to stop. It's just amazing in this world. We don't like black people. We don't. We don't. We don't. The least we could do is to hold the boy in school. Say, okay, you stay in class today. Tomorrow you tell your father, we need him to come. We want to discuss your head. But no. So they allow the boy to be free. And in the process, what you think will happen? What you think will happen? So he's free. There's no more supervision of him. His poor parents think he's in school. So he's going to hang on the blocks. He's going to go down the road in the area where the United States veterinarians, when they came to castrate the dogs, used to go to get their coke and their marijuana. That is where he's going to go. But we say we're trying to save young men. So we save them by saying, hey, your hair too much. You got too much hair. Get her to the school. Take this letter. Go home. And so the young man has no supervision. His poor ma and pa trying to make a living. Ain't no. The government them send the poor black boy. And when the pa show up to me, I put the magic question. I look at him. I say, you gotta have Haitian in you. He said, why are you saying that? I said, because they put your son out of school. So tell me where the Haitian is. And when he acknowledged to me that he is a Bahamian citizen of Haitian descent, I then shocked him. I then went up. Papa Nuki Nasela, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. You heard me? I want black people to stop doing that. Keep the young man in school and tell your parents come. And you keep him in school every day until his parents come, so he can learn his lesson and get an education. But no. So the next thing you know, the young man gets himself in some problem, and so the Commissioner of Police now will have to give him a pardon. You hear what they're reporting in Life at Key? You hear what they're reporting in Life at Key? That there is some student, it is alleged, who has a hit list to kill 12 students. But they will find excuse because it's Life at Key. And the record will show you, you could kill in Life at Key and get away. You could kill in Life at Key. Listen to me, I'm a justice of the peace. You could kill in Life at Key and get away. You could kill in Old Fort. And your case will be heard in the Supreme Court and the evidence will be suppressed and you will never read it in the newspaper and you will never hear it on radio. You will never hear it on TV. Here in the Bahamas. You heard me? That is what you're up against in this country. It's so sad what we are faced with in this country. So that's the breaking news as it relates to Life at Key. Everything they see the Americans do, they want to do. Everything. But the positive things that the Americans do, they don't want to do. If you're 14 and you commit murder in the United States, they release your image, your picture, your name. Here, you under 18, you kill, you murder, and they say they got to protect you. Why you want to protect a person who is committing murder? Why you want to do that? Why you don't want the public to know who the accused is? Why you don't want? So we walk up and down the street and we know that's the little murderer. I met a young man in 2011. He was 16. And I think at the date that I met him, he must have had 4 or 6 murders. And he was on bail. He was on bail. And the people told me how his grandma's wake obeah. That's what he told me. Now, they didn't know that I come from a family who practice obeah. See, they didn't know that. So I said, they practice obeah? He said, yes. I said, well, it's either obeah or bribe they're practicing. See, when obeah don't work, bribery works. And I know, because I knew of a man who committed many, many crimes. And his mother would get up very, very early and go to the Supreme Court. She'd throw more graveyard dirt around that big Supreme Court. Then she get into Supreme Court and she throw graveyard dirt, graveyard dirt. You hear me? And I watch her. And I went one day to see a commissioner of police. And I said, Commissioner, they're waking obeah around the Supreme Court. And then I look to the side as the commissioner smiled with the senior man. And then they came quietly of me. I said, Commissioner, they're waking obeah. There's only one way to deal with them. You have the police search them. Anyone entering the Supreme Court with graveyard dirt, you charge them with practicing obeah. Do you know that they never did that? And my boy, ma practice all kind of obeah. And then there emerged a minister of national security who also believed in obeah. I'm not going to call his name. He starts sprinkling, taking time around the Supreme Court. And he started sprinkling garlic. That's how he was able to jail that Negro. I don't want to call his name because his mother is still waking witchcraft. Yeah. But you Negroes don't believe in obeah. You don't believe in voodoo. You don't believe in graveyard dirt. You don't believe in underhand. But in this country, plenty obeah is working. You hear me? Plenty obeah. And if you don't believe me, I can tell you where some obeah people live right next door to the Church of God of Prophecy on East Street. And listen to me, they knew how to do things. They sell more onion. You hear me? They wrap up onion in cloth and they sell it. And people bought it. Okay? Lots of obeah. I thought I'd just sell it to you. I know you Negroes, the majority of you do believe what I'm saying, and there are many of you who don't believe it. But they work obeah. And some people work obeah with the Bible. Okay? I thought I'd tell you that for what it's worth. My spiritual advisor, I'm Satan.
Man, this has been one afternoon, eh? Whew. This episode is going to be one of the most unique shows we've had.
You don't believe in obeah?
I think that from, ranting and raving with Trump. Mind you, everybody in the whole world believes that Trump lost the
Really?
debate. Yeah, man.
That's because they're racist.
Yeah, everybody believes.
Everybody who believes
As a
that.
matter of fact, Fox News had a panel, if I'm not mistaken.
Who's Fox? Who's Fox?
It's a news station in America. They had a panel
Yeah.
that watched the debate. I think they had about 17 people on this panel. 12 people agreed that Kamala Harris won the debate, and 5 believed that Trump did. So you're the only person in the entire Bahamas who believes that Trump won that
That's
debate.
because I'm not a racist.
It ain't that. This Trump.
And that is because I'm prepared to say that Donald Trump, a white man, won.
Trump's biggest problem was he doesn't really yet realize who he's debating. He thinks he's debating Joe Biden.
She is Biden. She is Biden. Trump knows precisely what he's saying. Her policies are the policies of Joe Biden.
Okay.
As simple as that. What make you think that Trump doesn't know?
Well, to me, I don't believe that a debate could win an election. But what it does, though, is it's like a precursor, and it gets people to see who they really should vote for when you look at the debates and the various issues that are debated, and how the questions are answered, and the issues that's facing the country, and how the potential candidate tends to deal with, if they're elected to be president. So there is some merit to it, but I don't think a debate will win an election.
In the United States of America, the vast majority of the Americans have made up their mind. Debates can only influence swing voters.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right. That's all. But the vast majority of the Americans know who they're voting for. And I say they're voting for Trump. All right? Trump, Trump, Trump. Fight, fight, fight. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monka. It's a glorious day in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Donald Trump won the debate in the United States.
According to you.
Yeah, I'm an expert
That's
at it.
according to you.
Yes, I'm an expert. Remember, I said it was a tie, and if it's a tie, he wins. Do you have birthdays, my
Yeah,
spiritual
we got a
advisor?
couple of birthday shout-outs to do. Let's do them quickly. We want to send a birthday. Oh, sorry. Here we go. We want to send a birthday shout-out to LaShawn Johnson. Happy birthday to granddaughter LaShawn Johnson. It's coming from your mother, Moishi. Our brothers and sisters, Grammy. That's Jen, aunt, and uncles, family, and friends. So happy birthday to LaShawn Johnson. Okay, Keisha Delancey is having a special birthday, coming from her entire family. They love you. Happy birthday to Keisha Delancey. We want to send a very special happy birthday shout out to Steve Taylor. That's coming from the team at Coral Pharmaceuticals Limited. You bring sunshine to that day, Steve. Happy birthday to Steve Taylor. All right, so the 13th Annual Caribbean Correctional Head Conference is being held at the British Colonial Hilton this week. The Commissioner of Prisons, Dr. Dawn Clare, paused for a photo with Prison Fellowship Bahamas representatives. Oh, okay, great. So the 13th Annual Caribbean Correctional Head Conference is being held at the British Colonial Hilton this week. All right, what do you have, Sandra?
Well, I want to salute Mrs. Barbara Rogers. Barbara Rogers lived in Foxhill, and she is the lady who is contributing to my livestock. I expect to receive from her a nice Foxhill rooster and a hen. And I don't know, she called me this morning to tell me that she's ready to send my rooster and my hen. I want to assure Ms. Rogers that I do look forward to receiving these two animals, and I would hope that she could send me some more rooster and hen, because we love boiled native chicken, and my people and I beloved with cassava, banana, that's plantain. So to Barbara Rogers and her siblings, I look forward to coming to Foxhill to receive my chicken. Thank you. How are we coming?
Yeah, we can move on. That's it.
Can we?
Yeah.
So happy birthday to everyone. And of course, I salute everybody around the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And I salute the women them, those hard-working women who continue to love the man them and the children. There's some sad news that are being reported in our courts. And when I do see Mr. Monroe, I expect to see Mr. Monroe at some point tomorrow, I'm going to suggest that we have legislation which is designed to prevent men falling in love with women who have children that is not theirs, because in the magistrate court there is a man who's charged with the rape of his fiance's daughter. And it's a very sad thing when men refuse to recognize that in a relationship, their fiance, their wife, children, perhaps not fathered by them, are also their children. And perhaps the time has come for us to outlaw it, because there has been too many men who have been very, very disgusting, very, very unfaithful by having these illicit relationship with their foster daughters. It's terrible, okay? It's very, very terrible. And so as we try to resolve some of these things, perhaps we need law to say, he's not your baby daddy, you're not allowed to like him, okay? Yeah, I've tried to think about some solution to some of these disgusting problems. because you would recall that I told you about the young man who escaped from the police. And I told you that notwithstanding that he is alleged to be 31 years old, he was convicted of murder. The police took him to the Princess Margaret Hospital to be examined before they commit him to the prison. He escaped. And while he's 31, it is alleged that he has children as old as 20. Okay? Imagine you are 31 and you have a 20-year-old. So it suggests that he has been practicing reproduction very early in his life. I attempted to ascertain from the government whether or not the offending woman could now be investigated. And if I understood an element in the government, the woman has committed no offense. So I don't know. Apparently, a female can ravish a young boy, and perhaps it's not an offense. But, you know, it is to be 31 and have a 20-year-old child. It's very interesting. So I thought I would mention that. What else is happening in our society? Gone are the days where mothers, there are some mothers who used to guard their sons, right? But today, mothers are no longer guarding their sons, and many teenagers are running off with old women. Okay? So that's what's going on in your society, and nobody wants to say anything about it. Okay? But I'm going to leave that alone for today. And I want to look once again at a dispute taking place in the Valley Boys, where it appears that the minister responsible for culture has allowed Dion Miller to go afar. And it appears that the government has so much money that two rival factions is about to get big money. I'm very concerned about that at a point when there are many poor people who needs food, who needs eye care. And we have this dispute in the Valley Boys, and everybody is acting unlawfully. And I'm very concerned that the minister responsible for culture is allowing the tail to lead him. So I'm going to have to examine Minister Mario Newbold and to ask whether or not he has examined the philosophy of the Progressive Liberal Party, and whether or not he has so much money in his budget that he's not prepared to say to the Valley Boy, you know, better unite. And I'm very concerned about the information that I'm receiving about Dion Miller. Dion Miller, he heads the Junkanoo Committee. It is a committee that Carl Bettel. I just want to show you how incompetent the Free National Movement is. Carl Bettel required these organizations to register. They didn't register. What did Carl Bettel do? What did Dr. Hubert Minnis do? What did Michael Pentard do? Everybody ignored the law. It's just amazing. We know that Dr. Hubert Minnis is educated. We know that Carl Bettel was the Attorney General. We also know that Michael Pentard is educated, but they allow certain groups to dodge under, to ignore the law. So we're faced with these mess. It's just amazing. Yet Michael Pentard wants to lead the country, and here's a matter that he should be speaking out on. But he cannot, because we in the FNM fail to follow the law, even though Carl Bettel mandated it. Now we come to Ryan Pinder. Ryan Pinder is the Attorney General, and I always ask myself, out of Ryan Pinder and Carl Bettel, who is the brightest of them all? I just wonder. Carl Bettel is the FNM Attorney General. Can we find a picture of Carl Bettel and one of the PLP Attorney General to see out of them two who's the brightest of them all? Because this PLP Attorney General is not giving good legal advice to the minister. He's not giving good legal advice to Dion Miller. What is the legal advice he's supposed to give them? He's supposed to tell them what is the principle of the law. But he's not doing that. I'm very disappointed in Ryan Pinder because he's a double lawyer. Unlike Carl Bettel. Carl Bettel is only an English lawyer. But Attorney Ryan Pinder, he's both English and American. So he ought to be smarter and give better advice. And I'm very displeased over what the minister is doing. And I'm calling the minister, sir. Minister, I want you to listen to me. I want you to put aside politics and rule in favor of the duly lawful registered Valley boys. Minister, I want you to stop it. I want you to look at the politics of this matter. Other than that, I'm going to bring the Valley boys out because they're asking me for advice. And I'm prepared to tell the Valley boys to bring out the brass band and let us rush on the Ministry of Culture. Something has to be done. I didn't know that Dion Miller was so prejudiced. I didn't know he was this hateful. I didn't know he was so unreasonable. I always held him in high regard. I always thought he was a Negro of logics. What is the problem here, Dion? Come on. And when are you going to register the Junkanoo Committee? It's amazing in this country. Everybody talking about the rule of law, but nobody wants to comply with the law. It's just amazing. I'm going to leave it for today, you know. If God's will, I'm going to come back tomorrow. And when I come back, I'm going to come back striking. I don't want the minister to be wasting the public's money. I don't want the minister to waste the public money. I do not want this minister to be controlled and to be manipulated by Dion Miller. I don't. I don't. If the minister is not sure, I invite him one more time to consult with the Attorney General. And I call on the Attorney General to stick to the English principle. Because what I'm watching is, I'm trying to determine in my head, and you know I'm not that educated, I'm trying to conclude, out of Senator, the Honorable Ryan Leo Pinder and Senator Carl Wilshire Bettel to Attorney General, who is the brightest? Who is? Who is the brightest? And why is the Attorney General not putting his foot down and saying, Minister, follow the law, follow the rules, follow the principle? All right? Anyway.
Now, here's the reality of this, right? The JCNP, is that an autonomous body or are they governed by somebody?
The JCNP is not registered in accordance with the law.
Well, okay.
You asked me a question, right?
Okay, so I'll accept that, right?
Okay.
For now.
So it's nothing
So
if you're following the law.
So here's what is being proposed, all right? Now, you get on the minister's case, but here's what he has done.
What has he done?
All right, he talks about the Bahamian culture and how John Canoe is entrenched in it. And for years and years and years and years, we all know and remember the Valley Boys to be a very vibrant, an excellent group that performs well. And people go to Bay Street. People come to the Bahamas to see the Valley Boys perform at the Boxing Day and New Year's Day parades. So what he has decided to do is he has decided that the seed money will go to both groups, whether it is the Way Forward Valley Boys or the World Famous Valley Boys.
Whether or not it is what?
Isn't there a group called the Way Forward Valley Boys? And there's another one called the World Famous? Is it not?
No, there is one
Oh,
called, you asked me
Go
a
ahead.
question.
Mhm.
There's one called the Wally Boys, and the other one that the Registrar General is and or has rescinded is called the World Famous Wally Boys.
All right.
You cannot have two names that are as close as that.
Okay. All right, so they're both going to receive government seed money, both groups.
How much?
I don't know. But here's what the JCNP, I understand they released a statement. If somebody has that statement, could you send it to my phone, please? I understand that the JCNP has released a statement, and they're saying that the group that is headed by Brian Adley, as far as they know, is registered with the JCNP since February of this year, and they would allow them to rush in the A category or adult group Boxing Day and New Year's.
As what?
The Valley Boys.
They can't do that.
Well, anyhow, that is what. But
Yes.
Here's what's being proposed. Now, the other group,
Yeah.
that is led by Trevor Davis.
Yes.
They say they'll let them rush in the F category,
Yeah.
which is some fun.
They can't do that.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
they released a statement saying
yes,
that's
I know
that is
what they
that is
have
what
released.
will be proposed.
How can they, who determines proper registration? Not the
JCNP, not them.
because to start off with, they ain't register. Jesus.
Well, apparently they've been governing John Canoe for all this time.
Yes, there's a lot of crime that is committed in this country.
So you don't recognize the JCNP. You don't recognize them, right?
If they're not registered,
You don't recognize them.
if they're not following the law,
Right, so you don't recognize them.
right? So let's start off with that.
So Dion Miller, as far as you're concerned, he has no say.
Not if we are following the law.
Okay.
And so all that I am
Okay.
saying is, how can the JCNP determine government money? I didn't know they have a mandate to determine who get money. No wonder all this corruption has been taking place with the John Canoe money, with the seed money. That ain't supposed to happen. And who is the umpire in this? It cannot be Dion.
Well,
It
apparently
cannot be
that's what they
the
suggested.
minister. I want you to-
Empire.
No, it has to be the law. It has to be what the Registrar General determined. But they're free to break the law. It's a gangster society anyway. No wonder the country is so lawless. If they do not accept what the Registrar General has done, then they should move to push her out. As simple as that. Trevor Davis and the real Valley Boys should organize a protest. There should be a Junkanoo protest at the Ministry of Culture. Come, y'all young men, if y'all are truly the Valley Boys, you know what it is to say we're Russian. Let us not forget the history of Junkanoo. There was a point in the history of Junkanoo where we literally clashed, where we literally rushed through the crowd and bust up your rush. Don't forget what this meant. It is only over the years that we have taken on cultural civilization, that level of tension has been reduced. So it's time to rush. It's time for Trevor Davis and the brass band to show Dion Miller and the minister responsible for culture who got the force. But something has to be fundamentally wrong that the minister, a member of the cabinet, is not prepared to recognize the law. He should resign. It's simple as that. When a minister refuses to recognize the law, he should resign. Simple as that. All right? That's how it's done. You have to recognize the law. You have to recognize the advice of the Attorney General. You have to recognize the advice of the Registrar General. And if you conclude that both the Attorney General and the Registrar General are incorrect in law, you don't have to accept their advice, but you have to go to the nearest court and ask a judge. See, a minister need not accept legal advice, but he then has an obligation to do two things: either resign or go to court. That is what should happen. And ask the court, out of these two groups, which one is legitimate? Taking into consideration that the Valley Boys has not complied with the law since Carl Bettel, the former F&M Attorney General, instructed every group in the year 2019 to register. These things are very simple, and I'm annoyed because I'm not as educated as these men. And for me to be a semi-illiterate man and understand it, and they don't understand it, it suggests to me gangsterism. Simple as that. All right? Now the minister needs to do better than that. Other than that, I'm going to see the Prime Minister. I like going to the Prime Minister. You know, always go to the Prime Ministers, and the Prime Minister, you are the minister. I want to attack that minister. You ever had that experience where you go to the Prime Minister and say, Prime Minister, I'm not pleased with this minister?
Well, they're staying out of it, apparently.
Who?
The PM, the
Why,
office.
why should the PM get involved in this
So he's
matter?
left it up to the minister. And the JCNP says they have consulted with the minister, and this is what they are proposing.
Why should the Prime Minister, you don't mind me answering, get involved in that when he has a competent Attorney General, a competent Minister of Culture? The Minister of Culture must demonstrate culture by practicing the law. I'm going to see the Prime Minister. Prime Minister, I'm coming to see you. This is for the match. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. The Valley Boys must rise up and they must rush through the crowd. It's powerful. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and I want to thank my spiritual advisor for his wonderful contribution to Freedom March. There are some other exciting political things taking place in the country, but I'm going to put it on hold. We'll talk about it tomorrow if it's God's will.
Campaign finance.
You want to talk about campaign finance?
We can do it tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, it's a non-issue.
Yeah, I know.
It's a non-issue.
I know, yeah.
I want the Negro people to stop playing like they're white people. All right? I want you to stop playing white with campaign finance reform.
They're the people that run the country. The
So
biggess donors.
So Orville Turnquest.
The big donors.
So Orville Turnquest had a wonderful Conky Joe man, Mr. Sawyer, living in Blair. Mr. Sawyer died. Ain't every F and M know that. Tommy Turnquest knows that I know, but I don't want to upset Tommy. Tommy has been very kind to me. And in the midst of the pandemic, Tommy,
Sawyer,
the wife,
live in Blair?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
interesting.
Watch it for me. In the midst of the pandemic,
I saw
Tommy, his wife, who's my dad, cousin, and his children, they made sure that I survived the pandemic. Tommy would make sure that my little box of grocery is sent to me. So you see how small this society is. And for me to start cursing out Tommy and talking all the party business, Tommy's going to say, quietly, not to everybody, I can't believe all that grocery I used to send to Monica. And there he is on TV, revealing the secret that I know my father would have told him. See, they got to watch out for me. So I want my party to leave campaign financing alone. That works effectively in the United States. Okay? Don't forget now, America has more gangsters than we do. So that works.
Pay some bills.
Pay bills, my spiritual advisor.
Because you take this to trade at 6 o'clock. Looking for a quick getaway. Fly Western Air with daily flights from Freeport to Fort Lauderdale, starting at just $290 round trip, including 40 pounds of check bags. Book your next adventure now at westernAirBahamas.com. Everybody needs money always, so send money internationally and locally through Western Union with MoneyMax. Download the MoneyMax app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. MoneyMax. Live your max life. All right, we're going to open the lines. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775 or 698-0776. Please, you can call us, you can engage us. We got about 23 minutes or so to take some calls. So if you want to, you can call us. You can speak with Mr. Monker, 323-7775, 698-0775, 698-0776. Any suggestions as to how we could deal with the Valley Boys saga? How do you solve this? 323.
It's very easy.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Good afternoon, Mr. Special Advisor.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Mr. Manka.
Hello.
How you all doing today, Mr. Manka?
We're fine, my sister.
Listen, Mr. Manka, I had Bali. Morning, go up in Pupu Street. Listen now. But Brian and
Trevor?
It's too late right now to have this fussing. Because you got to prepare for costume, dancers. We all do know Tonkudu is all about money. If you only want to keep the money on one cycle, that ain't gonna never work. For the past 2-3 years, Wally Boys was losing underneath these people that move up there.
Yeah.
Change the leader.
Yeah.
Wally Boys and lose 3 Tonkudu back to back.
Yeah.
So they're telling you something, man. They
Yes.
need to move. Costan, Ryan, all of them need to move. Bring in new slate of people that travel them. Run the Wally Boys.
Yes.
With lose three junk canoe back to back, man. They need to put their act together. They say nothing happening with the whole group. Get the new people in and let them run the show.
So you're saying that Trevor Davis can take the Valley
Yeah.
Boys?
But
and-
listen to me,
Okay.
yeah? Listen to me what I'm saying to you. I go to Junk Canoe every year. I born and grow up in Cahoosby, go to St. George's Strait. All I am saying, I go to Junk Canoe from I was a child. You need changes. If they're all group being working, the all group that been running, but we didn't lose Junk Canoe 3 years.
You mean the old leadership? You mean the old leadership?
Yes, all leadership. We didn't lose Junk Canoe. I'm telling you something. Bring in new people with new ideas.
All right.
Get rid of them people, them.
Okay, thank you
They
so much.
need to go to the courts and they're supposed to do that long time. They're supposed to done long time, go to court and let them do voting. Move them on.
Solve this
people.
matter.
We want young breed, young people bringing no better ideas. Let's see when they lose speech on canoe.
Yes, ma'am. All right, we got you.
Now, before I cut off, I want to let you all know something.
Mm-hmm.
You watched the debate last night?
Yeah.
You see how Donald Trump embarrassed himself. He talked a bunch of garbage truth. All I can let you know, a young woman is going to run United States. You all have a good evening.
Well, we ain't too sure about that as yet, but you have a good evening yourself. Take care. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Monk, spiritual advisor. How are you all?
We're fine, Shanika.
Yes, sir. Man, look here. I am on top of the Christmas tree, proud of Donald Trump and how he held the fort last night. And he discussed the issues that needed to be discussed. He dealt with Mrs. Harris, head on, and he did not sideway away from her, even though she deflected on many, many ways.
That is true.
And I watched her behavior, as if a bully to scare him, but he stood his ground,
Yes.
as he should.
Yes.
You understand where I'm coming from?
Yes.
And I was so proud of him, and he put the facts of what has transpired in the past, what has been happening, how they have been jacking up the United States of America between her and Biden.
Yes.
You understand where I'm coming from?
Yes.
And she kept on deflecting with
Yes.
the things that she has not done.
That is true.
Yes, and I watched it, and he kept on bringing up the things that he has already done and what he plans to do. Even though she was trying to shade him and throw shade, he stood his ground and he held himself as how could I say, a notable person. And I
Yes.
am proud of Donald Trump. He didn't let his ego go before him. I think that past defeat, helped to humble him, to get him ready for this rise. God
Yes.
knows exactly what he was doing when he let him go through what he went through, to bring him back ready to do what? Take over the United States of America God's way entirely. He did a great job on the first go round. Let's see what he's going to do on November. I think it's the 5th, right?
Yes.
All right, so I'm in the game with Donald, and I'm going to keep on praying for him.
Oh,
God is with
hallelujah.
Donald Trump. You all have a great one.
Shanika, I
Yes,
am
sir.
convinced today that you are a saved woman.
Always have been.
Continue to pray for Brother Trump, okay?
Yes, sir.
Lord,
God bless
what is
you.
this?
Lord, I thank you for
Wow.
women like Shanika who is willing to submit to man's leadership. It's powerful. That's all I call on you now. Submit
Wow.
to man leadership.
Interesting.
It's powerful.
Welcome to Freedom March Caller. You're live.
Hello.
Good afternoon, caller. You're live.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Roll and Mr. Manka.
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
Now, I don't want you all to cut me off. I'm not going to be long. Mr. Manka,
So,
question one. Have you ever been to Meguana?
yes.
You've been there.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to find out from you if it is correct that you say the people from in Meguana eat cats and dogs. Did you say that?
No.
No, I said they eat donkey. Don't
No, you didn't. You didn't say.
Wow, the man asked me and I'm telling him what I say and he's now saying.
Mr. Manka,
Just
listen to
look
me.
at the
Listen to me
video
now.
clip.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
Listen to me. are you saying, just listen to me, please. Are you saying to me that you never said the people in Meguana eat cats and dogs?
No.
No.
Okay, I know you mentioned also but that Donald Trump, or what Donald Trump said, but I don't care what Donald Trump said or what not. I have a cousin who lives in Eleuthera.
Okay.
And I am so happy that she didn't reach you yesterday afternoon, because I'm sure you wasn't going to like what she said, because she also sent a message, said that she heard you saying the people in Meguana eat cat and dog.
No.
And I am not mistaken. I also heard you.
No, I said we, the Haitian people, we love cat.
Anyhow, Mr. Monica, if you double check that tape, you will say I'm right. You did say the people in Meguana, because you even mentioned in Agua. Now, donkey in Meguana.
Okay.
There's donkey over in Agua, not Meguana.
Okay.
Okay.
So
What about them big? What about
I
them?
would expect you to be an honorable man and apologize.
Well, I will
or
listen.
withdraw it.
I will listen to my video again tonight. If I say it, I'll come back tomorrow and tell you. But what about them big lizards?
Well, they call iguanas.
What about them big lizard called iguana? Do you all eat them?
As a matter of fact, the people, as far as I know, I don't know if anybody in Meguana even eat those.
Okay. Anybody in Inagua eats them?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know. But I'm from Meguana.
Okay.
And I know, as far as I know, nobody eats cats and dogs.
I said I didn't say cat and dog. And
double check it. And
Okay.
if you didn't say it,
Right.
I will apologize to you.
Okay.
So I would expect you to check your files or tape. And if you didn't say it, I will call you. I listen to your show all the time.
Okay.
I will call you and say, Mr. Manka, I apologize to you.
I will listen to it, and if I did say that, I'll come back and I'll tell you tomorrow.
Thank you so very much.
But I want you to know that we,
Yes,
thank
you
you.
too. You too.
We, the Haitian people, we love cat. And my brother, when we then chop that cat head off and wash him down with lots of onion, pepper, garlic, celery,
And tomatoes.
sweet pepper, tomatoes. Okay?
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Good evening, Mr. Manka.
Sir.
Mr. Roll and the producer.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Manka,
Sir.
Mario Boleg said that only one Wally Boys will receive state money.
Okay.
And then turn right around and say that both Wally Boys will receive funding.
Okay.
I was wondering if the Saxon or the Wally, if the Saxon or one family had two groups, if they would be treated the same.
Possibly.
I also wondering if politics played a role in his decision.
Say it again?
But I said I wondering if politics played a role in his decision.
Why?
But it is what it is, and God save the king.
God save the king, my Negro brother.
Thank you so much. 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Tell me something. Who won the debate last night? I think with the score. Because I didn't see the score. What the score was last night?
What was the score?
I asked you first.
No, I don't know. You tell me.
Let me answer
Well,
him.
the score was 63 to 37, Harris.
Based on what?
That's what they said. No talking about based on what. You tell America based on what.
Okay,
You always with these slick talk about you based on what.
Okay,
That's what they said.
okay.
63 to 37. You all there watch CNN and MSNBC.
Yeah, okay. But
You're always running out talking nonsense. You know something, spiritual advisor.
Yeah.
You getting sometimes just like Manka. That's why Manka always tell you off on this radio.
Man, I need
Stop being like that, and you call yourself an educated.
Listen, I'm only trying to get the information from you.
Now look here.
Comrade,
Look here. Let me tell you something.
may I answer you?
Something.
May I answer? I want to answer your question.
Trump, he is the lioness man, not
You
the
stop it.
only the.
You stop it.
He's a lioness man.
Stop that. Stop that.
And see in my whole entire life, you're supporting a loser.
No, he's not a
And
loser.
He will never be the president. You know what he will be president for?
Why?
He wanna take America that they will never have election again. But the devil is a liar. I tell you that.
You think Trump will be a
I
dictator?
tell you that. Trump is a loser.
Now, are you willing
He is
to? Are you willing to hear another opinion? Bring the Negro back.
floor.
Are you
Let me tell
willing to
something.
hear?
You all will not.
Put him on hold. You can't just talk and not hear a reply. You're listening to the Americans. The Americans are very racist towards Donald Trump. Okay? They're wrong. They're prejudiced towards Donald Trump. Donald Trump is God's man, and he shall win. Okay? It was a tie. It was a tie. Mrs. Harris did not answer question. Donald Trump did not answer question. Mrs. Harris put more of Donald Trump's position as opposed to her own. Therefore, it was a tie, and the voters that they needed to influence were the swing voters. And that is what they must concentrate on. I want you to listen to me. I live in Black Village. I've conducted polls from in the early 80s. The Negroes who were doing polls, when I was doing polls, they were babies or not born. I thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to Freedom March, caller.
Hello?
Go ahead, caller. You're live.
Hey, good day, Mr. Rowland. Good day, Mr. Monica. Senator.
Yeah.
God save the king.
Yeah, Senator.
Yes, sir.
Remember today is September 11.
Yeah.
I want you to remember this day. I believe the polls are wrong, what they saying over there for Donald Trump and the Republicans. Just how they do it for what's your name, Hillary Clinton, and we find out after the elections the polls is wrong. For some reason, I don't know if they being sympathetic to them being females, but I have a strong feeling the polls is wrong. Now, I know I'm blind and can't see, and you could see, and all the people that moved was on the media from last night and this morning, who I consider as Democrat and support Kamala Harris. I wouldn't judge them, but I can't understand. And you, I won't suggest, Mr. Monica, although like I say, I can't see and I only listen to it. Go watch it again, right?
Yes.
Donald Trump went that. Listen to the question what was asked him, although they were true false and true checking him. He went it. My opinion is that she wasn't comfortable. That's why she won't do it again. And if I was Donald Trump, I wouldn't do it again. The polls wrong. Listen, the American people mind and make up.
Yes.
The American people mind and make up, and
Yes.
they don't know they want different. It's about the economy.
Yes.
Like Donald Trump said, it's about the price of eggs, cornflakes, and milk in the food store when you got to go buy
and
them for your
bacon.
children.
Yes.
It's all about. Listen, I believe Donald Trump will make America great again.
Listen to me.
And the American people, like I say, they mind and make up. And don't forget the day I tell you.
Yes.
Don't be surprised. The polls wrong. You say you consider this gangsterism what's going on. The Minister of Youth need to resign, and you say the Wally boys need to. The real Wally boys need to rush on them. Eh?
Yeah, because the fact of the matter is Trevor Davis complied with the law. Carl Bettel could not get them to comply with the law. And the fundamental issue was complying with the law to prevent money laundering.
So you don't think they should have an injunction and bar all two of them until they get their act together?
Trevor Davis' faction of the Valley Boy has complied with the law.
They do it the right way.
And they have the majority.
Yeah.
And I'm publicly advising them to bring out the Valley Boys and the girls.
Why are they letting Brian Adley them still? They say Brian Adley, the Junkin committee say they only recognize Brian Adley them to come perform on Boxing Day.
Well, don't forget now, do you know Dion Miller?
No, I don't know him like that.
He's not safe, okay?
Oh?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, thank you,
you.
Papa. Yeah, take care. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Yes, go ahead.
Bradley and Mr. Moncur.
Sir.
Now, let me fact check you all now. You're not going to have the donkeys. And they're not amazed by our eating our big snail. They have their own small snail, oysters, clams, calamari. America love the oysters and snails.
Yeah.
They love them. They don't want to do right. They say, Mama, y'all don't travel. Y'all never travel. Donald Trump, America love their pets like they love their guns. He's speaking to his base who love their pets. Like, last night he said, Haitians like dogs. They like eat dogs.
No. We don't eat dogs. We only
He
eat
said
cat.
last night.
We only eat cat.
He said dogs and cats.
Yeah, but I'm
And then
correcting
he
it.
pokes.
I'm a
He
supporter
pokes.
of Donald Trump. I'm going to send him an email tomorrow. Dear President Donald Trump, it's a mistake. We don't eat dogs. We love cats.
I'm surprised your Haitians don't check you. He using Haitians to get votes. But he said he would deport them because they're eating American pets.
Well, some pets we are eating. We're eating
This
cats.
was the 80s saying. 80s. Don't I'm stuck in the 80s. I've hated all my life. They don't eat dogs and cats.
Listen,
All
we don't
saying
eat dogs.
And in fact,
We eat cats.
he said at the White House, Haitians carry AIDS. I heard it with my own ears. He said that. Ask Google. He don't, I don't know why he like Haitians. He don't. I don't know why he's using them for votes.
Young man, stop for a second.
Thank you, caller. Thank you,
Hold on for
caller.
a second. In 1981, when we first heard about AIDS, Haitian predominantly, we were the ones predominantly who had AIDS. All right? It was AIDS imported into Haiti by white Americans who were gay. And we had a big gay market in Haiti. Not that we was gay, but it was like a business. You left your family home, you went out in the market, you find an American, you provide him with the services, and you didn't know that they brought AIDS into Haiti. You was a small young boy, because I know who you are. And if you don't think that I know who you are, I will tell you where your mother pretty shop is located on Robinson Road.
And Damsel Homes.
Huh?
That's what you want to go watch in 2024. Abortion is here forever. It's a woman's rights to do what she wants with her body.
No. Abortion in the Bahamas is illegal.
Yeah.
And anybody I find committing abortion, I will issue a warrant for their arrest, because I just sat down and found a law that allows me to do it. There will be no abortion in this country.
Kill yourself because they poor. Remember now, the middle class girl know what to do. Go to the doctor in the States.
Let me ask you a question. I hate to do this to you. You believe Stugulugu should commit abortion?
No, Mr. Marker. That's evil of you.
You may have a good thing. I had to be personal
You
with
take
him.
care of yourself now. Do well.
That sweet thing you got there. You think she should commit abortion?
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Hello? Caller, you there? All right, we lost that call. Next caller, please. Welcome to Freedom March.
Yeah, good, right?
Sorry?
When Joe Biden, don't forget in 2022, right? When the Haitians coming from the southern border, right? And then the ranchers on the horse, right? They flipping the Haitians back again.
Yes.
So I ain't talking about that.
Right.
So where he live?
Right.
When the Haitians coming over, 2 years ago,
Yeah.
the ranchers on the horse was flipping them. The Mexican and the Venezuelan and the Colombians, they was again, because they have color, they have light skin.
Right.
The dark Haitians get beaten.
Right.
And the Joe Biden watch.
Yeah, they beat us.
But you go mind Google, right? Who controlled by the Democrats and Joe Biden's one who fund them, who give them Google and these social media, give them billions of dollars to censor people on these things, the eliminate people facts. You go like Google, who was the Democrat back pocket? The media last night, ABC, CNN, MSNBC, CBS, are Democrat machine. It was 3-1 last night in that debate. But Mother didn't want to force the debate,
That's
why
right.
she on ABC.
That's right.
With favor.
That's right. They tried
All right,
they tried to gang up on Donald.
Folks next.
That's true. They tried to gang up on
I
Donald.
think coincidence what Donald Trump lied about.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is building the wall, right?
Yes.
Last time the flood was down.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
He's dealing with the legal immigration problem, whatever. What he lied about? They can't explain what he lied about.
That is true. They're
What are you
only
lying about?
being racist.
Huh?
They're being
right
racist.
Now, and Kamala Harris watching Joe Biden. They increased all the prices. That's why this inflation going on right now. They
That is
can't see the food store.
That is true. Donald is going to lower all those prices. Okay? And Americans are going to be
How much time
great
you have?
again.
That's it?
This
All
is
right,
powerful.
so we have no more time. So
Well, folks,
let's end the show.
it was wonderful in the United States of America, in that great political experimentation, that republic that overthrew our blessed sovereign, King George III, in 1776. So it was great. I don't know what else Americans are going to do tonight, but I really hope they have something wonderful to keep me occupied. So we thank God for the United States of America. Lord, this Rodney, Lord, give us the victory. Donald Trump, Lord Donald Trump, fight, fight, fight. 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 Fight, fight, fight.